Well, hello, family and friends. Welcome back to JJ's PC Builds. You know it is once again. And if it's your first time here, make sure you subscribe. And let me look at the camera really quick. And if you've already subscribed, welcome to the family. And also to my veteran subscribers, much love to you as always for watching the videos from beginning to end and helping out the channel. Now, if you don't want to subscribe, I do understand why some people don't want to subscribe because they feel, my information might not be warranted or they might not be interested or anything else, or my videos are not as good as everybody else where they got all that AI stuff in there. It takes time for me to get there to that point to where I can, you know, make the videos more appealing and everything else. I'm just trying to get the information out and try to get the channel going. And then once we go into monetization, which the time is ticking, just to let you know. So with time ticking, just to let you know, each day, see, once you go past the first year, okay, the way YouTube works things is that it turns around each day. They take off that time that's been added on. So if we keep going down the road and we don't get monetized, then we lose all that extra time that's been put into the videos. So if you can, please subscribe and please watch the videos from beginning to end. Now, today's video, we're going to be working on a little here and there, but there is something I want to definitely work on that I've seen that might be of interest to you all. It would be that the Asus is launching the RTX 4070 BTF graphics card at a premium price. So just to get you all up to date with that, and we're going to go ahead and break it down for you. So let's go ahead and just break it down really quick. Asus has finally released the RTX 4070 BTF graphics card featuring its new cable-less design, which makes it neat for PC builds. So what that means is that with them, you not having the cable in front, having to worry about if it catches fire or anything, that seems like it's a good deal. But something like that, it's always going to be expensive. So, but Asus starts selling its RTX 4070 BTF graphics cards, cleaner PC builds, but with a heavy price tag. That's what they're saying. So, for a bit of a background check, the GeForce RTX 4070 BTF comes with Asus proprietary solution in the form of a new connector that does not require any cable connections. So basically, this comes with a certain motherboard that Asus makes, and also too, it comes with the video card that Asus makes. So but basically all the power is going to be on the motherboard instead of being in the separate connector. Myself, okay, there's a good and bad to this. Okay, the bad thing is that you're not going to be able to take that graphics card and take it to another motherboard that you might enjoy. That's where everybody's having a little bit of a time with that. See, now if they're going to release something like this, they need to release at least 7 to 10 different type motherboards with 10 different pricings. So this way it gives everybody 10 different chances to have a look at what they got cooking. Are you going to buy a motherboard that's going to cost you $500-600 just to do this? You're not going to pay that for a motherboard. Everybody wants to stay within between the $100 range and the $180 range when it comes to buying a motherboard. Okay, the motherboard, everybody feels that, it's the least important thing in your PC. But I hate to tell you this, it's the most important thing in your PC. Okay, the most important thing. But also comes too with, trying to do this motherboard, it's going to come with a specific case. So if it's going to come with a specific case, then you know you got to wonder if case manufacturers are manufacturing a case for this. So, but I manufactured drink and snacks with everything, you know. And yeah, I use the 4070, but I use the one with the connector in the front. So, having a look at that and thinking that, you know, maybe Asus needs to rethink this a little bit when it comes to this. I mean, if they're trying to eliminate the new connector, they should have done this with the 4090. You know, the 4090, the 4080, the 4070 Ti, the 4070, the 4060 Ti, the 4060, you know, and so on, and revamped every one of them. And then said, okay, well, now I got all these graphics cards, and then we're going to add in some AMD graphics cards as well, like the 7800 XT, the 7700 XT, you know, maybe the 7900 XTX, you know, to give you a variety of choices when it comes to graphics cards. They should have done that. And also too with the motherboards, they should have did the Asus Prime, Strix, and you know, the Tough, and you know, they should have did and got all that together and said, look, here's the field. Boom. You know, you can use all these different devices with these, you can pair up each one of these with these different devices. So this way it gives you a better choice instead of having one single choice with one single motherboard. And then, you know, you only, with the cases, you only got a certain choice. So dealing with those certain choices, it doesn't really make this viable at this point. What happens if your graphics card breaks down? Everybody's going to ask this question. Can the 4070 BTF be replaced with a regular 4070? That's a question. That's something that I don't see people talking about. Or can it be replaced with a total different graphics card? Or is this a proprietary graphics card that goes with this system only, with the motherboard only? That's the thing that everybody has to keep in mind. You know, is it proprietary or not? Or can it be switched with a different graphics card and you don't have to use the 12-volt lines? Or does the motherboard shut down because you're not using that specific graphics card, you know, and stuff like that. Okay, so there's many questions that everybody has, but it seems that Asus isn't answering those questions at hand. So, you know, it gives everybody the thought of, you know, is this going to be viable or not? You know, is this going to be something that's going to be, you know, futuristic and try to hide the wires and everything else? Because I know pulling 600 watts through a motherboard in them small traces is going to wind up a fire sooner or later. So, you know, Asus really has to think it out when it comes to that. You know, unless they got it to where, you know, the connector is directly onto the backside of the motherboard and it goes straight through to the pin connectors that are for this graphics card and giving it direct feed instead of running it through the transistors and stuff like that to, you know, to regulate the voltage. What happens with overclocking? What if people want to overclock this GPU and they can't overclock it due to the restrictions of the power voltage that's coming into it? That, you know, if they use it like having a VRM for the graphics card with the voltage coming in to where it regulates the voltage that's going into the card. What about that? What if you pull too much voltage and it blows up the motherboard? You know, I mean, there's a lot of things that are not being answered right now in those questions, you know, and I'm looking at it, you know, and it's not really telling me much. Really, it's not telling me much. I mean, but it's something that's looks like it's packaged in China, and it looks like that um, it's coming as a retail package, like $1,100, $1,200. With the motherboard and I guess the GPU. Guess they come in a combo for like $1,200. You know, who's going to pay that for that? That's not viable. I mean, Asus, I got your motherboards. Yes. They are running great. Yes. But this right here, this is something for everybody to think about. Especially if you're going to have a special case you need to do that with. There's no extra cases on the market now these days to support it. You only got maybe one or maybe two cases that might support it. But, if you're trying to do something like Acer's doing or Hewlett Packard's doing, I wouldn't go that route if I were you. That sounds like it's going to be a proprietary board that's going to be like an Acer, or it's going to be like a Hewlett Packard kind of thing, that where you have everything on the motherboard and no wires are seen. So, except for from the power supply, you know, that's just the way they got it. It is what it is. So, my final thoughts on this when it comes to see, I can't even say it because it's not viable. I mean, to me, I haven't gotten my hands on it, you know, but it looks like it's a decent one. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys on the action screen what I'm looking at. Right? Look at that right there. I mean, it looks neat and it looks clean. Okay. It looks like it's basically stamped on a Strix motherboard. Somewhat. To me, it does. It looks like it's stamped on a Strix motherboard somewhat. But it looks like this one is smaller. It looks like um, an MATX to me. That kind of looks like an MATX. So, where you got one lane for your graphics card, and then below it, you got your M.2 spare, and above it, you got your M.2 spare. You got probably you can get 2 to 4 um, uh, you know, your uh, see, now I lost my thought. But anyway, but your system memory, it looks like you only can plug in probably 2 the way that looks, or you can probably plug in 4. Who knows? And they're using a small fan on that, so basically they're using a small processor with that. So just to make it look like it's extraordinary. But when it comes and they're using it in a tough case, this is the same case. It looks like the tough case, with the handles on top and the feet on the bottom. Still looks like the black tough case, but they made it white. So and they tried to make it look like a Lean Lee kind of thing, to where you got the glass meets corner to corner, and you got your fans on the side like that, you know, but not enough room for a 120 mil fan in the back to pull out the heat, you know, and probably on top, they probably only have it like two 140s, or it looks like they have like two 140s on the top, maybe, or two 120s. But it doesn't look like it has fans on the top of this, so it might be closed in. So a case like this is not air viable when it comes to a computer, but the 4070 right there, I don't know. To me, I'll be honest with you, I don't think it's going to be viable for that case, you know, and put all the wires in the back. I understand they want to make it look wireless, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know. You all tell me what you think in the comments below. I mean, just put it as that. Okay. But I look at it and I'm thinking it's not going to be viable enough for our, for us to really look at. But I am giving it a little bit of a look today. So this way you all get a look on what it could look like, or you might come up with a different idea or something like that, or it might be something you want to buy to test out. That's up to you. You take your chances when you buy something like that to test out. It's 9 out of 10 chances you're not gonna, you'll end up liking it and keeping it for a while, and then you'll take and you'll sell it on eBay, and then you'll overjack the price, and then you try to get something else. But I give Asus credit; they did make a good job at trying to make it so, and thinking outside of the box to get rid of the wires in the front. But a lot of people still like the wires in the front for some reason. Maybe it's because it carries direct power to your GPU instead of having it in the back on little traces, trying to carry 2 to 3 to 600 watts through those traces. And use the 4070 because it only carries up to 200 watts. So you figured since the motherboard itself will carry up to about 250, 260 watts going through the 16 pin traces, and you'll figure that that high powered side will carry 2 to 300 watts through that high power side. But I'm going to tell you, do a 4090 like that, that's, and you try to pull between 4 and 5 and 600 watts, I don't think that's going to hold up. I think it's going to burn the motherboard up before you even get to the peak of it all. So, I mean, 600 watts is a lot of watts. I mean, 600 watts like 60 amps. So you're going to try to pull 60 amps through that board, and it's not going to really, I mean, 20 to 25 amps, I can see it, but not 60 amps. Especially sometimes with your graphics cards, might pull up to 625, might pull up to 650. You never know. Look at the problem that nvidia is having with the power connectors. They switched to a different power connector. I have not heard anything yet about that new power connector they switched to, so let's hope that holds up for them. That might be a plus for them, but you never know. But anyway, that concludes what I got to talk about on the 4070 BTF from Asus and their motherboard. I really can't elaborate on their motherboard much because they didn't give me much information to go on. But later on, when we get some more information about the motherboard that they're going to be using, then, I can let y'all know about that later in another video. But the 4070 BTF being, a cordless graphics card, it's a good idea, but when it comes to the long run, is it going to be viable? I kind of not think so, because it still comes in question. Can you plug other GPUs in there without having any problems, or stuff that many people are going to be asking questions about? Can you plug a different graphics card in? Blah blah blah, this, blah blah blah. But anyway, also too, Discord. I put it in the description below, and I'm going to put them into every description. The link to the Discord for our subscribers. I'm going to make it a little bit easier so you don't have to email me, so you can go ahead and sign up on Discord for the JJPC Builds community on Discord. So you can sign up right there and you can get in right there. But do remember, we are going to be monitoring the Discord channel. So I do have a couple moderators for the Discord channel that do have the permissions to boot. If they feel people are being abruptly rude and everything else, they do have that permission. They will warn you. Okay, they will warn you. If you're going to be rude and everything, they will ban you from the channel. So please, let's be adults and keep it clean, because you never know that uh, a family a family member might have a kid in a room, and they kind of whiff off of you know the discussion that's going on in there, and they can read it. Let's use a little bit of discretion. Let's try to keep it going about basically ideas that we can use in future of the channel, or we can have fun, but let's try to keep it real. you know let's try to keep it clean. So if you can, please, no profanity. It'd be appreciated. I'm looking out for the members that get distraught over people swearing and stuff like that. So, but if you keep it clean, we never have a problem. So we just move on and have fun, and we go down the road. But that's just my stipulations, so y'all know what's going on. So, yes, I am working to move forward I'm going piece by piece. I'm doing baby steps with the channel. I'm doing it slowly. This way it builds up nice and evenly, and everybody's happy, and go lucky and everything else. But I know I got a couple people that kind of don't like certain videos that I make because they always give me thumbs down. I don't know why. I get a lot of people giving me thumbs up, but I get one or two that gives me thumbs down. If you don't like my videos, then go watch somebody else's videos. Don't bother the community that's here, that's liking the videos, by getting a couple people that are, disgruntled because they don't like the way I make my videos. And like I told you before, I do me, and it's only me. I'm not doing what the other channels are doing. I'm doing me. So this is basically how the channel goes. And later on, years down the road, I'm still going to be doing the same thing. I'm doing me, and I'm putting it out there for you all. Okay, understand that. I'm not changing me. I know a lot of channels have changed themselves when they start in the beginning till when they got big and they got big heads and everything else. But we're not doing that. No matter how big and how big our channel gets, and hopefully it gets really big, like in the billions, hopefully, and then when it does, my head's not going to change. I'm still going to be doing the same thing. Probably by then, I'll probably have a couple people here helping me out to get, to help me with the editing of the videos and stuff like that in the future. So I am thinking about the future and where this channel is going to be going. So, and I'm taking you all along with me day by day, so you all see what's going on. But anyway, let me go ahead and jump out of here because I got a lot cooking today. But until the next time, oh, wait a minute, hold on. I forgot to do something. If this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe. If I've done it before, I'm going to do it again. And the reason why I asked you to subscribe, because we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and we're trying to get monetized, and we're trying to get to 4,000 watch hours by watching the videos from beginning to end to be monetized. Okay. And if you've already subscribed, welcome to the family. Welcome to the JJ's PC Builds community. And also to my veteran subscribers, as always, much love to you for all that you do, helping support the channel. Watching the videos, beginning and telling everybody, hey, come on down and subscribe. Let's help them out. Let's get the channel going, stuff like that. And also, too, the update about Discord. I put it in a link in the description below, down below. I'll do like everybody else does. See if y'all really notice that, if you look down in the page below, whatever. It's there. So if you want to get in on the Discord, you can. You know, I'm gonna put them in every video for the next couple weeks. So this way we see how this turns out, and if we get a lot of people in Discord, it'd be great. But it will be moderated. So if anybody gets out of hand, we'll definitely handle that. That's for sure. So, but we're here to have fun. We're here to have a good time. So let's try to have a good time. And until the next time, in the next video, you know it is. And we will see you on the next video.